anything, so that's not going to be good.
He continues asking Libby to marry him, almost hounding her. It becomes a point of contention. It's like a daily discussion.
Right.
She told him he was still married. So he decides to fly his wife to Nevada. They establish residency, and 6 weeks later, the pair is divorced.
Does it go quicker in Nevada or something?
I guess.
Divorce?
Those quickie Vegas marriages and divorces.
I'll tell you.
Of course, this was really before Vegas, but yeah, I guess Nevada's always had
it doesn't matter. Yeah, Nevada's just like
divorce rules.
Whatever, do whatever you want. Come out here, go to the brothel, gamble, get divorced right quick.
Buy you some drugs, because weed's legal.
Get laced.
Get you some edibles.
Ooh.
Spend all your money.
I don't think I would make it out
your
there.
Your Social Security checks and whatever.
Yeah, and 24-hour divorce.
Money. Exactly.
That's weird.
His ex-wife settled for $500,000 in a trust for herself and $500,000 in trust for her daughter.
So that's a lot of money back then. That's plenty of money, right?
Right. And these are super wealthy people. I mean, the Reynolds, this is like a flash in the bucket for them. I mean, this
nothing.
Is like just a drop,
right? The height of cigarettes, right?
On November 19th, 1931, Libby and Zachary were married in Monroe, Michigan. Zachary took several months to convince Libby to move to the family estate in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Libby was starry-eyed, as one can imagine, had these dreams of becoming the lady of this elegant southern mansion, a socialite. The house has been described as this magnificent home, but it has the appearance outside of an English cottage.
Really?
But then inside is very, elegant and chic.
So I'll be on the front porch like, I do declare, Mr. Reynolds.
It's been a very celebrated southern home.
Oh.
She was lavish with anything she wanted. Her name was in the press. It was everything a girl like Libby dreamed about, and it had finally come true. Libby threw big parties, had the snappy music, fun chatter. She was the life of the party, just brimming with personality and fun, and just everybody loved her. Good time girl.
Yeah, and everybody's talking about him.
However, she often shocked people by walking around the property in little clothing.
Oh, wow.
This was just Libby's way. She had a lot of body confidence. She would not be slut-shamed.
Ah, the 1920s Lizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't like it, don't look.
Right.
All right.
But in a southern town like Winston-Salem.
Oh, my God.
In the Bible Belt, in this conservative, I mean, this would not stand.
No.
This aggression will not stand, sir.
That would be frowned upon to this day, I would think, in some circles.
But the frills and the flounces promised not to be as fulfilling as Libby had hoped. She missed the spotlight.
Oh, she wanted to be in the big city.
The stage was her first love. She craved the stage, the adoration, singing in her sultry voice in front of a crowded nightclub.
Yeah, it's a different scene.
Zachary didn't understand how Libby could miss Broadway, the late nights, the hectic work schedule, rehearsals, life on the road.
Right.
I mean, he's basically like, I brought you to this beautiful southern home. The world is your oyster. Everything you could want is offered up to you on a silver platter.
Except the one thing she enjoys doing.
Why do you want to go back to work?
You should just let her.
At some point, Reynolds hires his friend Albert Walker to be his personal assistant. Walker moves into the home with the married couple.
Okay.
As you can imagine, probably not going to end up being a good thing, right?
No.
During a visit with Libby's parents, Zachary concluded that Libby's family was Jewish. So he's been with her this whole time. They've been married. They had this affair. But it never dawned on him that she came from a Jewish family.
All right.
During this visit, he gets really angry. And there's a conversation where Libby's dad mentions the family's Jewish heritage. He gets so mad that he storms out of the room, makes like a big fuss.
Oh, my dear, I did not realize your family are Jews.
Rumors begin circulating around town that Libby was a Yankee Jewess who had taken over the home.
Of a southern fortune.
And her parents were just baffled by this. They didn't understand what was so wrong with being Jewish. I mean, they were like, we're a prominent family. We're well-to-do. We're educated. Our daughter's educated. We're very affluent in Cincinnati where we came from.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem?
What's the big whoop?
So what big whoop? Exactly. But tensions tightened between the couple. Even if Zachary accepted her, she knew in this conservative town, people were talking, gossiping, and that her background, whatever you want to call it, was,
I'm sure
the big subject
right.
of conversation.
I'm sure slurs are being thrown around and things like that.
Zachary was even more stressed when the Lindbergh baby done been snatched.
That was a big deal.
He seemed anxious and more paranoid than usual. This was everything he feared.
Right, so in his head, some masked figure is marking off the Lindbergh baby, and like, he's next.
Yeah, it was
Reynolds.
Like everything that he was afraid of was coming to fruition. He was going to be next. He's just in one of these sort of paranoid, delusional kind of moments where he's just in a fury and storming around the house and guns everywhere. And
yeah.
So this is making her very nervous. To lift his spirits, Libby suggests they throw a small party. Just a few local friends. They wouldn't invite any of their New York friends. It would just be really small, and Zachary agreed to the party as long as it was small, local people, and wasn't some big, fancy to-do.
Right. So as long as it's small, my friends, not your friends, to where I can be comfortable, because I'm a little bit batshit crazy.
During this time, Libby had received a script from New York. She also had a voice coach that had moved into the home with her.
Oh.
And it was a way for Zachary to kind of appease his wife.
Right.
So she could still be singing, rehearsing, practicing. But he didn't really have any intentions of allowing her to go back to work.
Right. It's just more control, but kind of keep her happy for a little while.
With the script, she's rehearsing, studying lines, much to Zachary's dismay. At one point, they had this huge argument over her working, and he was so angry that he left the house, spent the night in a motel.
Huh. Oh, this guy.
Libby mentioned wanting to get a New York apartment.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to be cool with that.
Infuriated Zachary. More fuel on the fire. On the evening of the party, Libby was taking her time to look perfect. She and Zachary were already stinging each other with insults and jabs. Before the party even started, she was starting to drink, and he accused her of getting drunk before guests showed up. And she reportedly said to him, "What's it to you, bub?"
Oh.
Guests start arriving. They're gathering out on the porch to enjoy the evening. Zachary kept following his wife around and was just admonishing her for being drunk. He was really embarrassed. Again, she's this Yankee. She's Jewish. She's drunk. What will people think?
My God, dude.
His head is just spinning with anger, and it was obvious to the other guests that things were not okay.
Right. And in the back of his mind, he thinks they're coming to kidnap him at any moment.
He didn't want her to talk to his friends. If she was trying to have a conversation with people that he felt were prominent, he would try to grab her and pull her away.
Oh, it's not going good.
He thought that any other woman at the party would have been a better hostess for his party than his wife.
Well, maybe if he hadn't piled all these feelings and, things on her, she wouldn't be getting, lit and kind of letting it out,
And Libby was getting toe up. She was cranking up the radio, dancing the Charleston. At one point, Zachary barges into this room where she's got the music playing loudly and she's dancing, and he cuts the music off abruptly. Some partygoers were kind of taken aback, like, oops, what's going on here?
Just let her have fun, dude.
To try to lighten up the mood, one of the partygoers suggests they take a canoe ride. Zachary refused, saying that Libby had had enough to drink and that she would be staying at the house with him. People were eating ribs. They're having fun.
Trying to.
Libby keeps drinking. At one point, she challenges another young woman to a drinking contest.
Okay.
He is beside himself. At some point, Libby starts asking if everybody wants a song. The partygoers are kind of egging her on, and especially his friend.
Yeah.
Albert Walker, they call him Ab, is like, yeah, sing us a song. Everybody is just seemingly like having fun, relaxed, enjoying themselves. Like I said, Ab Walker, who is Zachary's secretary, who's normally pretty shy and reserved, just kept going on and on, encouraging Libby to sing. Zachary gets really angry. He perceives this as flirtation. And maybe it was.
Well, yeah.
Zachary and Ab Walker exchanged some heated words.
I, sir, challenge you to a duel.
Soon the party ends. He is so angry with his wife.
He sounds like an asshole to me.
He sounds really uptight.
Yeah, like...
She just wants to have a fucking good time.
Everybody else want to have a good time, too.
She wants to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Let your wife be in the spotlight.
Around 1 a.m., Blanche Yerka, who was Libby's live-in voice coach, awoke to some noises that were coming from downstairs. She walked down the staircase and discovered Ab Walker, still in his swimsuit from the party. He and Libby were dragging Zachary's body from the sleeping porch where the couple had stayed during the summer months.
Okay.
And the whole time that they're dragging this body, Libby is screaming.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
When they see Blanche, Ab Walker tells her to call for an ambulance. They tell her that Zachary Smith Reynolds has shot himself.
Oh.
At 5:25 a.m., he's pronounced dead, and his death was ruled a suicide. He was shot in the head with a Mauser semi-automatic .32 caliber pistol.
Okay.
Now, at this time, come to find out, Libby is actually pregnant with their child.
Just more heaping more on the pile there.
Which he didn't know about. She didn't know about. It was a big surprise. A later coroner's report would rule the death a murder. Both Walker and Libby were suspects in his death. Eventually, they're going to be charged with first-degree murder, and it makes national headlines.
Well, I'm sure. Could you imagine?
No trial was ever held because Reynolds' family did not want to press charges or pursue a trial. They thought this trial would bring more scandal.
Yeah, that's all there were.
They didn't want Ab and Libby on the stand. They thought there would be rumors come out that Walker and Libby had been having an affair.
Who knows?
The whole time. Zachary knew about it. This is why he was so mad that something at the party had finally tipped the scale in telling him that his wife had been cheating,
She's Jewish?
All of the things.
That's already scandalous for these people.
There was a lack of evidence also. The prosecutor ends up dropping the charges, and both Ab Walker and Libby were allowed to go free. So no trial ever held. Now later, the prosecutor would tell a journalist that he knew Libby was innocent and believed it truly had been a suicide, and that he also feared a trial would spark anti-Semitism, and he didn't want that.
Well, yeah, you don't want that. It's never good.
On January 10th, 1933, Libby gave birth to a son, Christopher Smith Topper Reynolds. Her next husband is an actor named Rafe Holmes. He joined the Royal Canadian Air Force, serving in World War II. The pair split when he returned home in 1945, just after 6 years of marriage, and Rafe commits suicide by overdosing on barbiturates.
Oh.
Holman went on to adopt 2 sons. Now, Christopher Reynolds, her child was Zachary Smith Reynolds, died in 1950 after falling while mountain climbing.
Oh. Well, that's different.
Many said that she never got over her son's death. She created a foundation in his memory. On June 18, 1971, Libby Holmon was found in a Rolls-Royce barely alive. She was taken to the hospital, eventually dying, and they ruled it suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning.
There's a lot of suicide going on. What's up with that?
But still, a lot of questions remain. Did she, in fact, murder her husband?
Yeah, what about the second husband with the barbiturates?
Did her friend help murder the husband?
Yeah.
Was this a cover-up? Were they having an affair? This is just a lot of questions swirling, so it's kind of remained a mystery.
That's a pretty wild story.
Over the years.
That doesn't even seem real. Right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that seems like some dreamed up story to be like an offshoot of the Great Gatsby story. You know what I mean? Like a little side story.
It's a bit of a departure from our typical true crime story.
Well, yeah.
but there's so much mystery surrounding it. I thought it was really fascinating, and it takes place here in North Carolina.
It does. With the cigarette magnets.